It is.
We
Need to have a contest.
Yes, I have a country song that needs playing.
That is Anthony Gomes, Blues Child, here on our big broadcast, and we are back live as live can get. It is going to be an entertaining day. It's going to be an interesting day. It already is an interesting day. David Vidall is with us, the fantastic David Vidall, or as somebody at one point used to refer to him as Diamond David Vidall. I don't know why.
Oh, God.
Jiggy, did he do this when he came out on stage going like...
Did do the diamond cutter? Yeah. I think David's got quite the interesting story. David traveled across the country on underneath rail cars.
No, on top of them.
Get the story straight.
Yeah.
You don't have to embellish that. I mean, I would be a fool. Like, sit there. Say, dude, why don't you get out from underneath it? No, I was on top of them.
Oh, okay. I thought you were underneath.
And in them, no.
Well, I know you traveled in them because didn't they discover you one time sleeping in one somewhere?
Was it kind of tough running with like your speaker and everything? And
Yeah, I didn't use speakers.
Just kidding.
Acoustic stuff.
I was having fun, sorry. I like him.
I like you too. I like Jay. I like all of you.
We got Jay Bird Wells, John Mosier, David Vidal, and Jigman Freud here. Radio Xenu today, also 50-plus AM FM stations across the country. Shout out to our friends in Ocala, Florida, who started listening to us last week.
Sweet.
And I'll tell you, David is quite the musical genius. The last time he was on this show several years ago, we had someone send us just that exact same email. They were like, David Vidal's a musical genius.
Never even showed that to me. My speakers are really breaking up my phones. Is that just me?
Yeah, I think it's just you, because
Okay.
it's the headphones over there are
Sorry?
kind of junk.
You got it on your guitar. There you
So,
go.
but you sound excellent.
Oh.
But so what have you been up to the last several years?
Well, a lot. I've been traveling. I've been out on the West Coast a lot. And,
That's cool.
Just got back. Just got in from Mississippi. Actually, did the kind of the Delta Blues Trail kind of a
Wow.
down in Natchez and Jackson, Vicksburg, and Clarksville.
Sweet.
Yeah, it was great.
Look at that.
It was
That's where I
great.
got my first jaw harp was Vicksburg.
Oh yeah, I like Vicksburg. I played some places like out on the roof and it's overlooking the river and everything. Yeah, it's like
Gorgeous.
Cool. Yeah. And I like the people down there, and the music is great. They really appreciate it. So,
Yes, they
a lot of live music.
they like a little bit of everything. It's not like Kansas where they like what they like and the rest of it.
Yeah.
I think there's just more history there. It's more a part of the culture. It's more just
So-
Live and let live.
We are gonna do this. David's gonna play for us here in a minute. I'm getting set up on the old Facebook Live to because as Ross Long likes to say, this has to be documented. But
On Facebook Live.
I don't know why. Now, John, David's traveled all over the place. He's been You've been in how many countries? How many countries have you went to?
A couple.
See?
A few.
He's been all over the place. When you did professional wrestling and you were all over the damn place,
I really didn't do that
did you
much.
go?
I mean,
Did you go anywhere other than the Midwest? Or
no, pretty much stuck around here. I mean, I went down and did some roughing. I mean, pretty much just in this general area. I was in Colorado, Texas, a little bit of Oklahoma.
Whereabouts in Colorado? Denver?
No, where they have the state fair, and whatever is down south, I can't remember.
Or someplace? Or is it
Yeah,
Colorado?
right around that way. It's
Yeah.
a little bit. You go right past that. It's I think it's Pueblo or something.
Pueblo, yeah.
Yeah. That's where we did like that. It was in conjunction with a guy that had a monster truck
Oh, okay.
thing, but it was pretty neat. Got to do that. Down Wichita Falls, been down there a couple of times in Texas where they did a big show over the holidays. Same group. Much love, Ed Beckley. Went up and seen a bunch of friends in Nebraska and everything. And they've got a great independent wrestling scene up there. It's, we did, God, what was it? What was the town in Missouri that got wiped out by that tornado?
Joplin?
Yes, we did a show there. It was pretty neat. It was like second show I ever did, and I'm sitting there. I'm just supposed to referee the match for my friends, and theirs didn't show up, so I'm refereeing Bam Bam Bigelow against Tito Santana, Greg the Hammer Valentine, the Honky Tonk Man against... And it's hilarious. We're backstage talking in an intermission, and Bob Orton Jr. comes up to me and goes, "How long you been doing this?" I go, "It's my second time." He goes, "You're effing kidding me." I'm like, "No, just second time." He goes, "Dude, if you weren't so huge, I could have you up in the Fed right now reffing." And I was like, I kind of gave him that disappointed look. He goes, "You don't understand." He goes, "You're bigger than half the wrestlers up there, so." And I'm like, okay. Yeah, it's like, I'd be great for 205 Live on the internet, but hey.
Yeah. So it's like kind of an independent tour?
There's
the company?
They called it...
traveling a troupe, right?
They called it Bad Boys of Wrestling. I just did spot stuff for them here and there where they did do a tours. They go up through Montana, Wyoming and stuff.
Right.
Ed Beckley has a motorcycle jumping monster truck show that he did, and he was also he had an affiliation with Kansas because he used to live here years ago, and they would tour around, and he was also a wrestling fan, so he thought that's a way to get more people to come to the monster truck because a lot of the people that were into wrestling would probably like that. So he did that, and he incorporated it into his tours, for he'd have about 8-9 of the cities, like Bam Bam Bam, that he would do that on. Then he wouldn't do it on all of them, but he'd do it in certain swings where it made, it made sense financially for him to.
Right.
He did it in areas where they were, either big wrestling areas, and he knew the monster trucks were going to go over and the motorcycle jumping and stuff, or B, it was areas where there really wasn't a whole heck of a lot of entertainment, so he knew that would be an added draw to bring people out.
Yeah. You go fish in the hole where other people aren't fishing sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
He's a bad fisherman.
No, it was actually really good.
Oh, thanks. Just want to write that down.
That's right. Well, write that down and use it.
David, don't feel bad. She'll steal the line here in a while. So.
Bite me.
Hurricanes, you can have it.
You can have it. No idea.
She's fun to tease.
They're not teasing me. They're harassing me.
Yeah. It's all...
Don't give the New Era podcast any more fuel.
No
That's
kidding.
right.
Everybody's asking on Facebook Live, when are we doing music?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
well,
sorry.
What do we have here, David? What are you going to be doing?
Guitar, my glasses broke. It's like, show up, I have no idea.
If you want to, I got mine right here for you.
I use the old, can you see the tape thing? Yeah, the old black tape, yeah.
I had to do that for years.
I've been doing that since 4th grade. The glasses broke. He's like, black tape.
Yeah, black tape.
Black tape is your friend.
It is my friend. I think for Carolyn, what was her last name? Oh, come on. Is it that bad, Jake?
Is it that bad, Jig? Oh my God!
Carolyn, her friend. Cooper.
Oh, Catherine.
Catherine Taylor.
Catherine.
He was wondering.
Like a porn star, right?
Porn
Porn star.
That
I
was
think you wanted to hear talking about the itching and the
That
burning.
is awesome. Isn't that bad, Jig? You just talked to the woman.
But I didn't have phone.
That is awesome.
I think I want to do a song for her. Your nasty habit. Sometimes you come, sometimes you go. I never know. Your nasty habit. Sometimes you give, sometimes you take. You're my mistake. Like a big wheel
wheel on the highway rolled over my soul. Now get it out of my way, 'cause I know you're nasty habit. Sometimes you're cruel, sometimes you're kind, sometimes you're mine. You're nasty habit. Sometimes you're cool, sometimes you're hot, sometimes you're not. Like a ship out on the ocean, was drifting out to sea. Mixed a magic potion, rescued me. Your nasty habit. I might be right, I might be wrong, I might be gone. Habit. Sometimes you're bad, sometimes you're good. I wish you would. Nasty habit. Nasty habit. Nasty habit. I might be right, I might be wrong, might be gone. Nasty habit. Nasty habit. Nasty habit. Sometimes you're bad, sometimes you're good, sometimes you come, sometimes you go. Sometimes you're cool, sometimes you're cruel, sometimes you're bad, sometimes you're good. I wish you would. You're a nasty habit.
Look at that.
Golly.
Holy smokes.
Or Carolyn, our friend Carolyn.
You mean Catherine again?
Catherine. Is it Catherine?
It's
Yes.
Catherine.
Catherine in Canada.
Taylor. Catherine in Canada, as they say.
What's his
Well,
Calgary.
she's in
Alberta.
Seattle today. But
Catherine
yeah.
Taylor, yeah.
look at that. So,
If you give me phones, I'd know that.
uh,
I get that. I don't get any phones.
so David,
Yes, sir.
I never, sir, who walked? Okay, but I don't know why I use that line all the time. To me, playing the guitar, I can barely even talk into this microphone. But
I noticed that.
so my question is, how in the hell do you play the guitar with a glass? How in the hell do you pull this off? Who is the one that? Because you see, all the old guitar players, they do some amazing things, whereas. And I'm gonna sound old. The kids these days, they can barely, get the car going. You're doing
Well, some of them are pretty good, actually. There's some great young guitar players. It's just, I think they probably started with some old beat-up guitar that the neck was warped on it. So if you went up, seriously, the neck, it would go out of tune. If you were fretting it, if you're pushing it down to the fret,
Yeah.
I don't want to get too technical with it. But when you play slide, you're dividing the string by coming at it from the top, right? So you're making it shorter from the top, right? And that's what makes it go higher or lower.
Yeah.
So if your neck is warped when you're going up there, you'll hit the notes. And this neck is actually pretty good, so I can't really show you on it. But if you get up here, and it would be out of tune. So they probably picked it up like that.
Okay.
Or just had some beat up old guitar and a pocket knife or something. Yeah. And then there was a guy named Joseph Kakeku, came over from Hawaii for the World's Fair, I think in 1912. And he played it lap style, like this.
Oh yeah,
and
then you do the whole.
So you do that. This is the same kind of. It's the same.
John's kind of blown away by all this.
Yeah, so but it's the same thing. You just it's a different approach. It's actually easier to play like this, I think. So the two styles, and then that kind of morphed into like the lap steel and the pedal steel and all that stuff. So the slide technique actually came from the old South guys with beat-up guitars that had a pen knife or something. And then a guy in Hawaii probably had a warped neck too who was playing it like this, picked up a nail or a railroad tie, something.
Yeah.
But he kind of like, anyway, that's how it started.
It's amazing the guitar players that we know. David Burgess can play two at once. There's, like I said, I can barely speak into this microphone, much less speak.
It's kind of like a language after a while. Once you learn it, then it's you're not thinking about what you're saying.
Yeah, it's amazing. Now, Jay, sitting there seeing all this, do you have any questions or anything for Mr. David?
I'm still in awe. I mean, it was just, it was just amazing, soulful, amazing. I give it 4 cups of tea out of 4. 5. 4 cups of tea out of 5.
It's hard to get that 5th cup.
I know.
Hard to get that 5th cup. David might be able to pull it off.
At least it's not a Fonzie A.
Well, that too. We have a and I don't know where he is today. He might be in prison. Who knows? Derek Scaife, who always tells these rappers, he's like, well, you remember Fonzie from Happy Days? He used to go, hey, and so he would give these artists the hey to Fonzie, hey, and that meant that apparently that means you're crap.
Yeah, it took me a couple of episodes to realize that was not a good thing.
Not a good thing. Not positive. And one of the things that I brought up to him when we do the whole Fonzie A thing is I'm like, Fonzie? Does anybody remember Fonzie? I'm amazed that.
I mean, they probably played all the time.
All I know is the song.
You got to remember, I'm old. I remember when it first run on all the shows. So.
You remember the first run?
I remember the first Happy Days.
The first Happy Days. Now, while we get our DJ set up here, David, what is the next tune you want to play for us here?
Oh yes.
What do you want to hear?
Anything you play.
That song was amazing.
Anything you play.
Sir Charles.
Had me like captivated.
Do you have anything patriotic for a Memorial Day weekend? No. Sorry. It was a question.
It was a question.
Sir Charles.
Yes, sir.
Any suggestions here for David?
I don't think he does. It's Raining Men, so you can't ask that.
Why
I
not?
mean, I wouldn't have any suggestion for that.
He did that to put you on the spot. Sorry.
Anything I could suggest though, like that dude is doing amazing. It's that sound, that twang gets me.
Kinda like the way you walk, kinda like the way you move, kinda like the way you catch, little stuff between the grooves. I ain't nothing to brag about, 1,000 miles on a lost highway just to see an honest smile. Hope you pick me up someday. I got a wicked mind, I got a love so true, you got a heart so kind, I got a thing for you. Civilization comes and goes, it's overrated from what I see. One man's pleasure is another man's pain, and one's misfortune is another one's gain. I ain't got that much to show, not compared to some folks you know. The sun sinking low in the crimson sea, twilight bouncing off the mountain snow. I got a wicked mind, I got a love so true, you got a heart so kind, I got a thing for you. When the fog comes rolling in, send a chill out through your bones, make you rue each passing night you spend in this world alone. I got a wicked mind, I got a love so true, you got a heart so kind, I got a thing for you. Kinda like the way you walk, kinda like the way you move, kinda like the way you catch this stuff between the
Holy shit! Holy shit! That
That's pushing the 5 cup.
you broke it. You broke the streak, baby.
I don't think I've given anybody a 5 cup.
Sorry, it's kind of like that 8 pints of blood, you know, when she's talking about that. There's only like 8 pints
That
in
is
your body,
awesome.
you know, so.
David Vidall with us today, and so David, are you on a big cross country tour with the summer coming up, or are you just picking spots and hanging out?
I was going to Big Sur for the 4th of July. There's not a lot left of it right now, but and I was going to do Oakland, but that kind of fell through. So I might be here in the area.
Well, that's cool.
So maybe I'll come back.
Well, hell, yeah, have
Because
us.
I got to go back to Mississippi. I don't got to go back, but I'm going to go back in October for the Balloon Festival down in Natchez, which is
That's
a
cool.
fun thing. You know,
Well, any Sunday we would love to have you,
so,
my
I
friend.
always love doing your show.
now let's do this. Let's squeeze Sir Charles in on the couch. And we're gonna do David Vidal and Sir Charles, and I'm gonna just have what we're here's how this works. This is always an experiment. Basically, we're going to have David basically just produce something on his guitar. I don't care what you do, and then Sir Charles has got to figure out a way to freestyle over it.
Like a beat.
So
rhythm.
it will be as we'll say on Facebook Live.
Can you do a little beatbox with this?
Rappers
Something like that?
meet
So he'll beatbox with it too.
guitarist
Yeah, whichever one.
with
Grab a microphone.
Sir Charles. Sir Charles and David Vidall. This is gonna be. This is always.
I mean, go with it. There, just go with it.
I'll have to put it on YouTube because I don't have enough battery.
This is going to be.
Okay.
It's always a social experiment, as they say.
Ready?
And here's what we'll do.
What's up?
Sir Charles, David
Forever.
Vidall.
Oh yeah, Thomas
Let's
Forever.
go.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. Alright. Yeah. Okay. These habits are erratic. It's mathematics. Multiply, divide, subtract. I mean, it's magic. It's habits. Gotta kill it. This is how it look. Laying low, like a villain. I've been chilling and grooving. I said we moving, we stupid. I never gave a fuck. I found my mind and then I lose it. I mean, I can't even find my soul. God don't speak to me, so what's the fucking goal? To get money, get rich. I mean, live nice, live an average. It's the same thing. It's the same day. I never had a time. What can I say? It's another time, another story. But find these other rappers kind of boring. I'm tend to be the greatest either way. Flip the script to pages. I write it down. This is history. Ain't nobody out here gonna get it. See, said I go ahead and move it. I'm grooving. Like I said before, hit the rhyme, then I'm losing my beat. I've been tripping, but it's okay. Said I keep it flipping. The script it's nothing. This is off the top. Go ahead. I like the beat. Let it drop. One more time, so we going for another verse. This is how it look when you kill 'em, put 'em in the hearse. This a curse, no voodoo, like who knew? You know how I do it, kicking back, watching Hulu on the couch. Maybe blow an ounce, sitting at the house. Know I got a beat pound, I mean, the beats pound. They making real noise, and I kick it back. But all my boys, KCET, Runaway, Circus, they know who it be. It's nothing new when you see. So I'll see you later. Thank you, G. Yeah.
That is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
like
I
that.
tried.
That is pretty amazing. So we had a rapper freestyling, we had a beatboxer, and we had David Vidall with the guitar. That's a hell of a deal.
Next time I'm belly dancing, you hold the camera.
It's like a collage when you make a collage.
We'll get the whole collage going with the belly dancing and everything. David, have you ever had anybody beatbox while you played the guitar? Was that a first?
That was cool. I like it.
I appreciate that. Thank you. That was a good time.
That was
I
something.
think it flowed like you guys have played together before.
Well, yeah.
All it takes is a brief moment when you're with another like musician. All it takes is a brief moment for somebody to play something like. As soon as it touches you, you're like, all right, I got it. Let's go.
I got it. Let's
I can
go.
do this.
Let's do this. Well, David Vidall, find him online, Facebook. You don't do Twitter, do you?
I fucking hate Twitter. If your huts come down to Jillian Saturday nights.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jillian's.
David.
Does your crowd go to Jillian's?
David, what?
They go to the they go to the music. I don't know if they actually eat the
Well, come sit on
restaurant.
the- yeah,
They
come
they
sit on
enjoy the patio music.
Yeah,
I
come sit
know
on the
that.
patio Saturday night.
So, and we're going to get into it with our next guest. Thank you, David. By the way, you are fantastic as always. John, what did you think of?
Dude, all I gotta say is
The
I
whole
was
thing.
stunned. That was awesome. Everybody, all three of them together, it was so cool. There's very few things that keep me speechless and shut up.
They need to do
That
that,
was good.
again. Yes.